So Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, confirmed over 5 years ago that the developers of the XRP ledger worked on Bitcoin. Since then, this has led to hundreds of documents being leaked all over the internet talking about XRP being used for cross-border transfers between all of the central banks. So as we get closer to the presidential election, everybody wants to know what's in store, not only for XRP, but the rest of the altcoin market. As we see the entire altcoin market taking an absolute beating over the past 24 hours, over the past week, down 20% plus for a lot of these projects. Over the past month, virtually everything is down 20 to 40%, but over the past year, we're still doing very, very well. So what we have to dive into in this video is what's happening right now for the altcoin market, the outlook based on facts on the charts for the next few weeks, the next few months, and then ultimately the next 1 to 2 years. Leaked documents that were not meant for the public eye that are being released from Russia, talking about new technologies that are being tested in closed mode that are not disclosed to the general public. These documents even refer to Ripple as a central bank, leading everyone to really question, are the developers of the XRP ledger the same people that created Bitcoin? So I'm curious on your guys' thoughts on this clip that we're going to play in a little bit. We're also going to discuss what China is doing with government bonds and how that's going to affect the market. SpaceX using stablecoins for global treasury management. The current path that we're on right now for government spending and where it's going to lead America in the future. And what I'm doing right now with my money to prepare while we see the absolute collapse of the dollar due to inflation over a macro period of time. So if you guys are feeling bullish, comment 777. If you're feeling blessed, comment 777. And if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm it by tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it.
So one of the things, Brad, is your company introduced XRP as a cryptocurrency. Who uses it, and why do they use it rather than one of the credit cards or a regular banking system?
So first off, thanks for having me. Great to be here. Great to be with Joe. I will correct one thing right out of the gates. Ripple did not actually issue XRP. The XRP ledger is an open source, decentralized technology, not dissimilar than Bitcoin. And some of the creators of the XRP ledger actually had been early engineers that worked on Bitcoin, and they saw some of the scalability problems that Bitcoin was likely to have, the speed, both from an energy consumption, cost, some of the other problems, and they wanted to build a better digital asset to solve some of these problems.
And some of the creators of the XRP ledger actually had been early engineers that worked on Bitcoin.
So a quick shout out to Bank XRP for posting this video over 5 years ago, and also shout out to Crypto Hulk for pointing this out, because a lot of people wonder what exactly Brad meant when he said that with the developers of the XRP ledger working on Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people interpreted that as they created Bitcoin, when in reality, David Schwartz is the guy that worked on the XRP ledger, whereas Brad is just the face and the CEO. And if we look at the description about David Schwartz being the chief technology officer over at Ripple, he's one of the original architects of the XRP ledger. Prior to joining Ripple, he was the chief technology officer for Webmaster Incorporated, a Santa Clara software developer. He developed encrypted cloud storage and enterprise messaging systems for organizations like CNN and the National Security Agency. Not only that, but David Schwartz admitted that he signed a non-disclosure agreement with the NSA, yet a lot of people out there misinterpret or they overanalyze statements made by someone who's a cryptographer who often speaks hypothetically in riddles. So when asked, when are you allowed to speak about what you worked on for the NSA? Are you currently on an NDA, or when does it expire? He just replies, I don't know. They wouldn't let me see the NDA. So obviously that's sarcasm there. But later after, he responded, true story. They did let me read the NDA before signing, but they didn't let me keep a copy. The only thing I remember about it is that it had the tradition, you agree to keep confidential the following things, which is a list of them. So when the CEO Brad Garlinghouse says things like some of the creators of the XRP ledger, aka David Schwartz, had been early engineers that worked on Bitcoin, he could be referring to the fact that he experienced Bitcoin's technology or was an early participator in the Bitcoin community, not necessarily that he created Bitcoin, but he contributed to Bitcoin's development in various ways, like working on Bitcoin-related projects, contributing to the Bitcoin code base, or being an early adopter and advocate of the technology. Or did Brad just slip up there and tell us straight to our face.
And some of the creators of the XRP ledger actually had been early engineers that worked on Bitcoin.
David Schwartz is indeed one of the Satoshi Nakamoto members that worked on Bitcoin, not just one person. Regardless of whether that's true or not true, we're going to confirm the facts in this video because a common misconception is that Bitcoin or XRP is going to be used for payments at like Starbucks or Amazon.com payments, when in reality, this is the true purpose for XRP.
I often will call these broadly digital assets and not cryptocurrencies. And this is less of a legal distinction and more of a pragmatic human distinction, that I don't think we're going to be buying coffee at Starbucks with Bitcoin or XRP anytime soon. We got to ask ourselves, what problem is that solving? You were talking about paying for the day spa bill and how you do that. But I think in some ways, the friction, the fiat currency, the US dollar in this case, works pretty well. And so we need to make sure it's better than that before we talk about it as a currency, I think.
Yeah, so what are the things that something like the digital assets, if you want me to call that, what are the places where digital assets are the best way of transferring wealth from one person to another?
Well, I'll talk my own book a little bit here, because Ripple is using digital assets to solve a cross-border payments problem. Some people, I'm sure listening, have had this experience, and maybe some of us have had the experience. If you're sending money across oceans, across networks, it ends up being really slow and really expensive. I make the joke, which in some ways isn't at all a joke, that if we decided we wanted to take $10,000 to London right now, the fastest way to do that would be to drive down to SFO, down 101, and fly it there. This, despite the fact that we live in a world where you can stream video from the space station, it would take 3 to 5 days to wire money to London, and the cost would be not immaterial. I was speaking with a gentleman at the World Bank not long ago, and the average remittance cost outside the G20 is 600 basis points, and that the populations can at least afford to pay those fees are the ones burdened with that.
And that's 6%, right?
Yes, 600 basis points is 6%.
Okay, and tell us a little bit on how you're solving that.
So what we do is we sell technologies to banks that allow them to connect what we call RippleNet. And that allows them to do cross-border payments in real time, effectively real time, at very, very inexpensive fees. So another important piece is it's transparent. I mean, one of the humorous, frustrating things that we may have experienced, if you're sending a wire cross-border, you call your bank and Joe Bankman says, hey, Brad was sending me money, it hasn't arrived. Your bank doesn't know where it sits, because the nature of how this works, it kind of hops through different hops. We had one of the largest banks in Australia, the CEO told me that 40% of all of their consumer wire transfers result in a customer service phone call. And the reason is they wait a few days and they say, hey, Joe hasn't received the wire, where is it? The frustrating thing for the bank is not only do they have to absorb the cost of taking a customer service phone call, they also deliver the news that they don't know. Wait a couple more days, it'll probably be there. That's a pretty bad experience. And that truly is our global financial ecosystem is built on the rails that I'm describing that were built 40 or 50 years ago and haven't advanced. Blockchain technologies can fundamentally re-engineer and kind of rewire that base layer to dramatically accelerate and reduce the cost associated with these payments.
So not only are cross-border liquidity payments between banks a massive problem, it's not solving a day-to-day payments problem in grocery stores. That problem's already solved. It's solving a much bigger problem with billions or even trillions of dollars of cross-border liquidity. And also a big misconception is people think that a dollar is really a dollar, when in reality a dollar is based on code. So when we look at a dollar bill right here, you can see the code on the dollar that represents a unique serial code right here. And when we go to the xrpledger.org in the upper left-hand corner, you guys can see where it says mainnet, testnet, Oahu mainnet, Oahu testnet. Whether we're on the mainnet or the testnet, you can see every single transaction processing right here, and you can see a unique code for every single transaction on the ledger. So when we look at the dollar, every single time that you send money from one bank account to another, there is a code that is attached to that transfer on a ledger. Now, where we're transitioning to is distributed ledger technology through the XRP ledger.
So, Joe, how does blockchain work?
It's a great question. There are many different versions of blockchain, and I've sort of come up with a story that I use at cocktail parties when people ask me the same question. And what I typically do is I'll take out a dollar bill. Right? Your listeners can look at the dollar bill that I've got here now. And what I'll say is, imagine that this dollar bill, the value of this bill, wasn't in this piece of paper with the picture of George Washington. Rather, it was embedded entirely on that code, the serial number that's on the bill. So you've got this serial number, L272376064T. So imagine if I wanted to transfer this value to Brad. Well, what I would do is I would whisper in Brad's ear, L272376064T, and the algorithms associated with the regime would in effect change that number to L2673845.8E. I would then no longer remember that past number. That solves what's called the double spending problem. And the new code would now reside with Brad, who has the new dollar represented exclusively by the code. The code is the value. Somebody steals that code, you lose the value. You forget that code, you lose the value.
So in this Russian PowerPoint right here, it stated that new technologies are being tested and operated on. This version is obviously in Russian. This version is translated to English, but saying in closed mode. So many market agents working in closed mode do not disclose information about their actions because they are on non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, like David Schwartz. And in one of my previous videos, I talked about how there are 1,700, that's a lot, guys. We're not talking about just 5 to 10, 1,700 non-disclosure agreements between key Ripple executives and massive other executives at major banks like JP Morgan Chase. You got Wells Fargo, you got Bank of America, you got virtually all the central banks all across the globe, because they are creating new business models for organizing the payments market globally. So of course, they're not going to tell peons at the bottom of the mountain like us exactly what they're going to do. And here's the reason why.
This may end up on the cutting room floor. Maybe just keep this for your Patreon people. Have you ever heard of a game called Werewolf?
No.
Werewolf is a party game. We used to play it with all my celebrity mates, you know, about 12 of us around the table. You need a lot of people, you know. Everyone gets a piece of paper. It's either got villager written on it, vast majority, but 2 have the word werewolf written on it. It's divided into day and night phases. Someone runs the game to make sure no one's cheating. And they go, okay, it's nighttime, everyone close your eyes. Everyone closes their eyes. Then they go, werewolves, open your eyes. The 2 werewolves open their eyes and they see the other one and they give a little thumbs up to show that they've clocked each other. And then the woman says, werewolves, choose someone to kill during the night. And the werewolves go, right. They say, okay, everyone close your eyes. It's morning time, open them again. During the night, Francis was killed. During the day phase, between all the villagers and the 2 werewolves over who the werewolves are. And the 2 werewolves are trying to draw attention to other people. Oh, I heard a noise from over here. And the other werewolf is like, yeah, I think I did too, and all that sort of thing. Now, the game, then at the end of the day, the villagers have to decide who they're going to kill. And they say, well, we're going to kill Constantine. And it's revealed by the person running the game, I'm afraid Constantine was a villager. And the game continues. Okay? The villagers win the game if they kill both werewolves. The werewolves win the game if they kill all but 2 villagers. The game was invented by a student of sociology in Russia who wanted to prove his thesis that an uninformed majority will always lose a battle of information against an informed minority.
Wow.
Yeah. And the werewolves usually win.
Wow.
So that just shows when you have hidden information,
Yeah.
you can completely manipulate a large group of people. That's happening in the NHS, it's happening in publishing, it's happening in every middle class industry.
So right now, Swift remains as the global leader, where the competition for the market of cross-border interbank transfer services is just beginning. So it's important that I emphasize that there's no final answers yet. It's not set in stone right now. However, whoever ultimately wins the competition, either way, cross-border payments will become faster and cheaper than ever before. Now, under this section right here, where it says the features of the Ripple ecosystem, it talks about a fully centralized private system under the control of Ripple that's different from their decentralized open public network. So when we go on xrpledger.org, you can see there's the DevNet, the testnet, but is there another net that they're not showing everybody that has a higher price for XRP? Because there have been sources out there that I have seen talking about how there's already been an agreed price for XRP based on what the IMF and Ripple has agreed with. And that goes back to this clip that I shared with you guys when Brad was on stage with the head of legal at the IMF.
The first one's for you. IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe I should take what the IMF is going to do.
So they're clearly not telling us something here because he has to be very conservative about this, meaning I'm on NDA, non-disclosure agreement. I can't tell you guys, so I have to BS you and give you some fluff answer and not get to the real treat. And we're just going to laugh and look at each other and laugh because we have inside information here. That's exactly what's happening right there. With the system consisting of two parallel elements, RippleNet and XRP, RippleNet, which is not blockchain, the interledger protocol is used. It performs the functions of a network payment that integrates the other payment system. Ripple gateways play the role of banks connected into a single network. At the same time, Ripple acts as a central bank. There are a few independent gateways or servers in the system. Most of them are controlled by the company itself. Transfers are mutual settlements in the system and carried out according to the consensus algorithm for coordination of transaction, which is Ripple's protocol consensus algorithm. There is no mining. All 100% of XRP in the amount of 100 billion units are issued to the moment of launch. And XRP has a deflationary nature where 0.00001 XRP burns with each subsequent transaction. But XRP is not the only payment tool in Ripple's ecosystem. The company works with both cryptocurrencies, fiat money, and also, coming up, stablecoins, with stablecoin regulation that's coming later this year. Now that leads me to look at the number one stablecoin in the market right now to show you guys what's about to happen next in the markets. I want you to be ready for this because when we look at the USDT, Tether's market cap dominance of the whole industry, we see this ascending support that Tether has been on. I talked about this in my video yesterday, but I want to bring this up and zoom in with you guys because what we're looking at here on the top of the screen is a bearish cross taking place above 80 on the stochastic RSI, where the D line is at 92, the K line is at 89. So anytime that the K line in blue crosses below the D line in orange, which we've seen right now, the further above 80 that happens on a macro time frame, which is the weekly or the monthly. In this case, we're on the weekly. The further out we go, the stronger the reversal signal, the momentum shift from bullish to bearish. Now, if the cross were to take place below 20 on the stochastic RSI, the momentum would be shifting from bearish over to bullish. As you can see right here from the 11th of March, the stochastic RSI was all the way down here at 1.56. We saw a cross where the blue line crossed above the K line and we were at 5, so we were below 20. We were at like 1.5 or somewhere around down here. You can see Tether's market cap dominance was at 3.8%, and it rallied all the way up here to about 5%. Simultaneously, we saw the stochastic RSI, the momentum shifted from bearish over to bullish on the weekly, and by the 6th of May, or even like the 29th of April, we were all the way up here. And so this is a key indicator to pay attention to on the weekly chart, because if we confirm this bearish cross, remember the bearish cross is not really confirmed until we see the K line and the D line drop below 80 on the weekly stochastic RSI. If we were to see that happen, then there most likely would be a momentum shift from bullish over to bearish, and we could see Tether's market cap dominance come back down to this macro ascending support in red right here. Now, why is that important? Why should you care? And what does that mean for the altcoin market and ultimately your portfolio? Because on the opposite side of the spectrum, you guys can see that right here before the 19th of August, we experienced a bullish cross below 20 on the stochastic RSI. And currently right now, the K line is at 24, the D line is at 18. And so on the weekly, if we see the D line cross above 20, then this would be a confirmed bullish cross. Simultaneously, we would want to see a bearish cross confirmed on Tether's market cap dominance on the stochastic RSI by crossing below 80 for both the K line and the D line. And if that were to happen, the most likely case scenario, again, there's no guarantees. Like I say, these indicators aren't perfect. I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are purely for educational, informational purposes only. You should always consult your financial advisor because crypto's risky. You could definitely lose money in these markets, and the markets could reverse at any moment because we still have macro market headwinds of the Federal Reserve meeting coming up, interest rates going down, a Fed pivot, an inverted yield curve. There's World War III tensions rising. So like I said, do your own research. If you lose money, that's your own fault. Nobody else to blame but yourself. I just show you facts on the chart. But if this were to confirm a bullish cross on the weekly stochastic RSI above 20 on the crypto total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and a bearish cross on Tether's market cap dominance on the weekly stochastic RSI, then the likelihood of a reversal to the upside is actually looking pretty good. Because if I were to zoom out on both of these charts right here and I marked it up on the chart. You guys can click the link in the description below, or you can go on Twitter and follow us at BullRunners HQ. That link will be below. Each time that happened on Tether's dominance, where we saw a bearish cross on 80 or above 80, 11 out of 11 times we saw a reversal to the upside for the altcoin market. Now, we don't know how long that rally will be or how high it will be. In some cases, it's absolutely massive, where we finally broke out and passed the all-time high. In other cases right here, like you can see from the 30th of September until like the 4th of November is just a little rally before we continued to the downside. And then we saw another bullish cross, we rallied up, then we saw COVID happen. And so most likely case scenario, in the long term, we continue up. But in the midterm, it's a little sticky here because of the Fed pivot coming up. But nonetheless, the reason why I am still macro bullish is because these documents right here are from some of the most powerful financial institutions in the world. Naturally, they keep the technologies they're testing hidden from the public eye. This is why discussions about Ripple working in test mode with major banks only occur within confidential presentations like this one right here on the screen. This information was never meant for retail eyes, and the Russian presentation even refers to Ripple as a central bank. So when people are talking about defunding the Federal Reserve and that there's going to be no need for the Federal Reserve moving forward, this further describes the deflationary nature of XRP, explaining that supply becomes more scarce as XRP is burned in every transaction, which in turn drives up its price through reduced supply, whereas the Federal Reserve, in partnership with the Treasury, can print as much money as they want. Every time that they hit the debt ceiling, Janet Yellen, she comes out and she begs Congress to raise the debt ceiling, and every single time, what do? They raise the ceiling. So, therefore, the value of the dollar continues to go down because there's no max supply. It's inflationary, not deflationary like Bitcoin and XRP. So this is why central banks are choosing Ripple and talking about XRP. Now, they're not going to come out directly and tell us because of their NDAs that they're going to use XRP, but they give us examples, they hint at it, they show it in public documents now that are leaked out there. And this diagram of the mechanism of cross-border transfers in the Ripple system, XRP's logo is right at the center of it in terms of transfer tokens in distributed ledger technology network between fiat currencies. So fiat currencies aren't going away anytime soon. They're still going to be used, but there's going to be a transition in the fiat currency system as we get closer to the presidential election because of stablecoins. Now, the stablecoin bills that are coming, I'm going to talk about in future videos, but I want to focus on this right now because there's roughly 67 days left before the US election. US stocks and Bitcoin often rise after a US presidential election. This is because prices tend to reflect expectations of economic stimulus from the new administration. So this is giga bullish. Not only that, but if Donald Trump gets into office, he is pro-crypto, RFK is pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin. The markets are going to pump even more with anticipation of that. If he wins, I'm not saying that he will, but if you believe in the future of crypto, then you definitely know who you're voting for. So when we compare to 2020, 2021 cycle, then 2016, 2017 cycle, people are saying that this time it's going to be different. And then the reality turns out that they're wrong and it's not different. It plays out similar in the macro. The only thing that's different is just how it plays out in the micro because the charts aren't 100% the same. But what's happening right now, and this just in, China's central bank bought $56.3 billion in government bonds for the first time in 2 years. And so when we look at this chart right here and we compare Bitcoin's price compared to China's government bond 10-year yield, we can see that the 10-year yield is at 2.183%. And the last time that we saw this happen, when the yields were at historic lows and we saw it bounce from there, we saw crypto go absolutely parabolic. The yield reversed and it went from, all the way back here, it was at like 2.6. It went all the way up of 3.7. Drop down during a bear market. So when it's dropping, when the yield is dropping, we see massive volatility, a bear market, and then we see the market try and work its way out for the first or the second stage of the bull run. Then once we really see a bounce in the yield percentage, we see the markets go absolutely parabolic. So because we're at historic lows, when this bounce takes place, what will that push the market to? Historic highs. Very simple. We don't need to overcomplicate this. We look at confluence on the chart, and confluence is when we can match up. Has this happened in the past? Okay, yes. If so, how many times has this happened based on where we're at right now to give us a likelihood and a law of averages? It's not a theory of averages. It's a law of averages. Just like I showed you on USDT's market cap dominance, 11 out of 11 times that we have confirmed a bearish cross above 80 on the weekly stochastic RSI for Tether's market cap dominance, the altcoin market has rallied 100% of the time. That's massive confluence there. Now in this document right here, it's saying SpaceX and stablecoin real world use case. Yesterday was Bridge's formal public launch, but it started operations around 18 months ago. So it already has clients. One of them is SpaceX that uses stablecoins for global treasury management. So every corporation, according to Chad Steingraber, will use stablecoins as shown here with SpaceX already using them. Stablecoins globally will be swapping back and forth instantly between thousands of different issuers, and Ripple's RLUSD will be there. So they're just waiting for regulatory approval. After that happens, it's like the stoplight turning from red to green, all gas, no freaking brakes, man, because in a few days, Ripple's going to have to pay the $125 million. They're just waiting to see if the SEC is going to appeal or not within that, what was it, like 60-day or 90-day period. I don't remember exactly how much time they have left. You guys can let me know in the comments below. But if the SEC appeals, which would be a stupid decision on their part, obviously, then it might drag it out a little bit longer. But if they don't appeal, Ripple stablecoin ultimately is going to get the regulatory approval because they've just been making all these deals. And either way, at the current rates of government spending, America is in the fast lane to bankruptcy. Not according to me, that's according to one of the smartest human beings, if not the smartest human being on the planet right now, Elon Musk. He's saying this. Now, Elon Musk is not an economist, but multi-billionaire. I mean, he's got SpaceX, he's got Tesla, he started PayPal, he's got the Boring Company, he's got, some solar power company. How many companies does this guy even manage? It's ridiculous. Like, he just works 24/7. He's a genius. It's verified. Government overspending is what causes inflation. Did you know that the US government is planning on adding another $16 trillion to our national deficit through 2035? And so on this page right here, you can see this was posted verifying this. In terms of deficit, this is going to blow every other year out of the water. So what does this mean for the crypto market? This is the most bullish thing for the crypto market, the most bearish thing for people who are not invested in the crypto market, because what this is going to do to the value of your dollar is going to be absolutely disgusting. If we just verify this on this inflation calculator right here, in July of 2024, $100 of buying power in 2008, you would need $146. And so the total inflation rate from 2008, when quantitative easing really started after that crash, because everything is different now in terms of how much money the Fed has added to their balance sheet, and George Bush and all the presidents, since him after that added the balance sheet, even Trump too. Like, he signed the CARES Act into law, which was over $2 trillion in stimulus. It just further devalues the dollar, further pumps up real estate, pumps up stock markets, pumps up gold. That's why gold's hitting an all-time high, pumps up the crypto market. It's been 46.09%. The average inflation rate of 2.4% per year is fake. These are fudged numbers. This is not even real. It's much higher than that. The CPI of 2008 average is 215, and the CPI of July 2024 is 314. This is the most unsustainable path possible. So the future of America, as long as this continues, which it most likely will, is going to just lead to the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer, the average American not knowing what to do as their savings dwindles down, unless they subscribe to the Bull Runners channel, they watch these videos, they like them, they share this with a friend, because when we look at the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, we compare it to the past, it's undeniable that we're in a downtrend right now. We've been seeing a series of lower highs followed by lower lows, similar to what we were in the past right here between the 17th of August of 2020, where we just saw lower highs coming in, whether we're measuring the candle bodies or the wicks, lower lows, bull flag, broke out from there, went absolutely parabolic. Now, I want to give you guys some other details so we can look at some key things on the chart to understand here. So I've brought up the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA, and we're looking at a golden cross and also a death cross. So a death cross is when the shorter time frame moving average, in this case would be the 50 SMA in blue, crosses below the longer time frame moving average in red, which is the 200 SMA. That's a death cross. So on both charts, we can see a death cross. Right here, we saw the 12th of June of 2023. Right here, we saw the 4th of May of 2020. We can also see a golden cross. Now, you guessed it, a golden cross on the opposite side of the spectrum is when the shorter time frame moving average, the 50 SMA, crosses above the 200 SMA. We're on the weekly chart, so a macro chart, and that's a golden cross. We saw a golden cross take place right here on the 25th of March. So if I were to minimize my camera right here so we can look at the stochastic RSI, you guys can see right now that the K line is at 11, the D line is at 7. We are in oversold territory. We're seeing a bullish cross take place right now. To confirm the bullish cross, remember, we would want to see both the K line and the D line cross above 20 with the K line above the D line, so the blue line above the orange line as momentum shifts to see a bounce in the price chart. It doesn't mean we'll go up right away. Again, guys, we're on the weekly, so we could see the markets trend further down back to the 200 SMA right here before we see the next bounce to the upside, and that would put the market cap at like $800 billion. We're at $852 billion right now. So I think that would be the most likely scenario. And then ultimately, I would expect to see a bounce from there and an ultimate attempt at a recovery as we start working our way past this descending resistance right here to take out the swing high. We need to take out the swing high of $973 billion. And then also for a really strong trend reversal, roughly around $1 trillion right here, and hold these zones as support. Otherwise, if the market continues to break down, we would see massive liquidations and ultimately the market cap come back down to these levels right here to back test, the high of the 8th of August of 2022, the 17th of April of 2023. And that would put us roughly right around like $670-ish billion as the ultimate low that I think it would be like the final low for the market if that were to happen. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to go down that low, but if we look at how low that would be, that'd be a 50% dip. And I think that'd be the max pain in the market before we go up from there. But I don't think that's going to happen. Again, it could. I'm prepared for that. I got money on the sidelines, as Warren Buffett does, but I ain't as loaded as Warren. So we're making these videos every single day so we can get on Buffett's level at some point maybe. But look at the left-hand side of the screen. We can see some confluence here when we were all the way down below 20 on the stochastic RSI. We saw a bullish cross and then we saw a confirmed bullish cross. What happened every single time? So right here from the 7th of October until roughly the 21st of October, we saw the markets bounce. We even saw it bounce from like the 23rd of September. So we saw a short-term recovery in the market. Same thing right here. We saw a bullish cross take place below 20 on the weekly stochastic RSI on the 30th of December, 2019, a recovery all the way to the 10th of February. And then now what we saw here on the 4th of May was a death cross take place. Now, before then was COVID, and we saw a recovery out of COVID into the death cross. When the death cross took place, we saw a recovery out of the death cross. We rallied all the way up, and the market popped on out of here all the way upwards of $160 billion. And then we saw a bearish cross. We came all the way back down here on the left-hand side of the screen by the 12th of October. And this is when we were in this bull flag. Now, when this bullish cross took place down on the 12th of October, we saw a momentum shift. Sure enough, what happened there? The markets recovered. So we can see 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 out of 4. That's 100% chance on the past that we saw recovery after a confirmed bullish cross. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that like we just go up right away, because as you can see, we saw one bullish cross here on the 29th of April, and we saw a fake out, then we saw another bullish cross, a fake out, another bullish cross. So there's a chance that this is another fake out, and we do what I just mentioned right here, where we pop up and then we see a continuation to the downside. That's definitely possible. But on the macro, what happens here is at some point, this is ultimately going to confirm, and we're going to see a massive trend reversal in the stochastic RSI to the upside, similar to what we saw right here from the 12th of October until the 7th of December. And then ultimately the markets are going to break out because the US government is planning on adding another $16 trillion to our national deficit by 2035. So $16 trillion, guys, that's not a small chunk of change. Right now, the market cap of the altcoin industry, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, is $876 billion. It's not even at $1 trillion. So if they're adding another $16 trillion, it's over 16 to 20x what we currently are right now for the market cap of just altcoins right now. How much money do you think the smartest people in the world that own Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, your cell phone companies that own the gas companies that own the mortgages to your house, the banks that are diving into distributed ledger technology, how much money do you actually think they're going to dump into the crypto market? What I'm doing with my money is reserving literally 80% for the crypto market because of what's about to come. So if we see a shakeout like this, like I pray that something like this happens, because I will dump literally everything that I have into the crypto market if we see a 50% correction. Now, if that doesn't happen, either way, I've already backed up my truck to the bank. I'm just holding for the long term because I believe this time is not different and it's going to play out just like the past. So if you're in doubt, zoom out, because in my opinion, things are about to get really juicy over the next 12 months. So a lot of people have asked me, what is my number one way to earn massive crypto rewards this entire bull run before we get into the euphoria stage of the market cycle? Well, if you go to xrpl.to, you guys will see a lot of different altcoin projects listed on the XRP ledger. And virtually nobody knows about this, nor is anyone really paying attention to it right now because the price of XRP has been suppressed during the entire Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. But over the next few years, as Ripple and XRP gets more traction, a lot of the projects on the XRP ledger are going to gain a lot of attention. And one of my buddies showed me a project on the XRP ledger that is the first play to earn game on XRP where you're able to earn crypto rewards simply for playing the game. Now, if you guys want to see what that game is, what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description below this video. All you have to do is click more when you scroll down and it'll show get started here. It'll take you to a page that looks like this. You simply just register, create a free account. You enter in your username, your email address, your password, and then your gender. And then you just click sign up at the bottom and it's going to take you into the back office of the members area. Now I want to explain really quick the benefit of playing this game to earn crypto rewards, because the coolest part about the game is the ticker of the altcoin is literally called crypto. It's a micro cap, very, very tiny project that virtually nobody knows about right now. And one of my buddies showed me this game and I'm already earning about 10 crypto per day, which is about 1,000 XRP. But there's no guarantee that you're going to earn 10 crypto per day or 1,000 XRP per day, because your results are obviously going to vary playing the game depending at what level you come in at. So I want to be very clear that results aren't typical. And this is just purely for fun to see what happens for the rest of this bull run as the XRP ledger gains more adoption. So once you've created your free account through the link in the description below, the next thing that you're going to need is an XRP wallet. Now, the best wallet online right now is the Zaman wallet. And it's the largest and most secure XRP custodial cold storage wallet. So it's also a mobile app on your phone where you get your private keys for the wallet, but the best for holding XRP. And this is what you're going to need to be able to play the game to earn crypto rewards. So again, below this video, you're going to see a tutorial video right here that breaks down exactly how to set up your wallet, how to be able to fund it with XRP so you can start playing the game, and everything in between. So after you've created your free community account and you have your XRP wallet, the next step is to log in to the back office of your account. And at the top, you're going to see these 4 little icons right here. You simply click this. You go to My DGP, you scroll down and then you click Purchase Combo. In the bottom left, you're going to click this little plus icon so it shows 1 combo pack. Click these little 3 boxes right here and then you purchase with your XRP wallet. And then all you need to do is open up your Zaman wallet on your phone. Click this little icon right here at the bottom, and then you simply scan the code on the screen. It's going to pop up. Right now, it's 5,000 XRP to get your digital game pieces to be able to play the game and earn crypto rewards. And I'm going to show you the game in a little bit and how awesome it is, because the founder of this dumped millions of dollars in development into this game and has been working on it since 2020. So this is hands down the best play to earn game to earn crypto rewards on the XRP ledger. So I spent about 15,000 XRP on my digital game pieces because I want to be able to maximize the game. And so far, just recently, I'm earning 10 crypto per day, which is about 1,000 XRP per day. So you can do the math over the course of a month on what those rewards will look like. And I can swap crypto for XRP. So I'm just going to keep stacking my digital game pieces to maximize my crypto rewards, because you also have to take into account that crypto is the in-game currency. So as more people start catching on to the XRP ledger and they start playing the game to earn rewards, then the popularity of the crypto token will increase. So obviously there's no guarantees of any profits here, but you do not want to miss out on this as more people start learning about XRP over the next few years. So all I'm going to do to get my digital game pieces is slide to accept on my XRP wallet, and it says the payment was submitted successfully. Now all I'm going to do is refresh the page. I go to My DGP Assets, that simply stands for digital game pieces, and you're going to see I got 1 Cryptopian, a Crypto Land, a box, a key, a vial, and a crystal. So I'm simply just going to click claim on each of these. I'm going to open my Zaman wallet again. I'm going to click this icon right here to scan the code on the screen. And I'm just going to slide to accept. And as soon as I've claimed my digital game piece, I'm going to click reveal, and it shows me what class this is in. And one of the coolest parts about this game is each of the digital game piece reveals are random. So you could get between a level 1 to a level 10. So I'm going to click claim to reveal the land now. And then I just scan the code and slide to accept on my XRP wallet. And it just shows this little countdown thing right here as it reveals which land I have. So as you can see, that was a level 1 land. You guys might get a different level. On a previous pack, I got a level 9. And depending on the level that you get determines the crypto rewards that you earn daily. Now, after you've revealed your digital game pieces to be able to play the game to start earning crypto rewards, in the top of your back office, you click the icon right here with the 4 squares. Then you simply click the game. And then you click the button on the center of the screen that says enter the game. And then you're going to see several in-game actions here like rent, mine, thieve, govern, rule, enhance, and bank. So depending on which avatar you got will determine whether you mine, you thieve, you govern, or you rule. And then for your land, you can collect rent on your land every single day in crypto, which is awesome. So in this case, I would click on thieve, click continue. So underneath available, I simply select my Cryptopian. I select the duration in days. In this case, it'd be 1. and then I click this little icon right here, it's going to pop up this and it shows me the daily production. In this case is 0.4 crypto tokens. So depending on when you're watching this video, crypto might be at a different price. Right now it's at about $53. So all I need to do is confirm the action and it's going to say it's processed successfully. And then it's underneath active and it has a countdown timer right here in terms of time remaining until it goes back into the available section again. So you can see 23 hours and 59 minutes. Now, once this is done, my crypto balance is going to top up with an extra 0.4. Right now it's at about 44.39. And if I go back to the main page and I click on rent and click continue, you can see that I have an available land that I can collect rent on. So I simply select the land. I select the amount of days that I want it to collect rent, 1 day, 3 days, or 7 days. So this can be as passive or as active as you want, but I'm gonna click this icon right here. It's gonna pop up and it's gonna show me the daily production. And then I just confirm the action. Now you can see underneath active, I have a level 1, level 4, level 8, and a level 9. And then it shows me the time remaining on each of these land pieces that are collecting rent right now in crypto rewards, which is awesome. And so at the bottom of the screen right here, you can see crypto total net. That's about 14.96 crypto tokens. So let's just round that up to 15. And if I were to swap 15 crypto for XRP, it's about 1,554 XRP. Now that's obviously not a guarantee that you're going to earn the same amount of crypto tokens because as you can see, I have more pieces of land here because I decided to purchase more packs because I want to be able to stack up the amount of crypto tokens I earn over time throughout the rest of this entire bull run before we get into the euphoria stage. So I'm just going to continue to stack crypto tokens, playing this game for fun, because as more attention gets drawn over to the XRP ledger, I can see more and more users playing crypto land for fun every single day to earn crypto rewards. So again, all you need to do right now to get started is go into the link in the description below this video, create your account. Once you have your Zamin XRP wallet and you've loaded it with XRP, following the tutorial below, then in the back office, you click the icon at the top, you click My DGP, and then you purchase your combo pack to be able to reveal your digital game pieces. So you can buy one or you can buy multiple right now because the more combo packs that you get, the more pieces of land that you're going to be able to get to be able to collect rent on each and every single day. And then if you choose to get the crypto token on the secondary market, that's up to you. Or you can just play the game for fun to be able to earn crypto rewards like I'm doing right now. So once the time expires on each of these active pieces of land, I'm going to collect all of the rent in crypto and it's going to top up my balance right here where you can see 44. So check it out. I know you guys are going to absolutely love it. And again, we're going to have a tutorial as well too on some different strategies, beginner, intermediate, and advanced to be able to maximize this game. That way you can benefit the entire bull run as XRP explodes. So all you need to do right now is click the links below. If you go to bullrunners.com, you're also going to get early alerts on explosive altcoins, daily market analysis videos for breaking news updates like this, and you'll discover our best ways to be able to maximize the crypto land game to earn the most amount of crypto rewards this entire bull run. Because together, we believe that the spending power of the dollar is just going to keep going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrencies have been going up in value over the past decade. That's the truth, and together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. I'll see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com through the links below. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.